This is the Whatever You Say
podcast.
This is the Whatever You Say
podcast.
I don't think it's white folks. I think it's Negroes. I do not think this is white folks. It could be. It could be white folks. But I think it's Negroes. I think a Negro did this.
This is the Whatever You Say podcast.
Check 1, 2, is this thing on? I want to thank everybody so much for tuning in. This is the Whatever You Say podcast. I am Ivory Towns. This is the podcast for the people. This is a platform of purposeful and senseless education and entertainment. We're going to do our best to provide what we can, all right? Once again, thanks so much for tuning in. Shout out to our sponsors, Cibo Alto, CIBO.ALTO. Only the finest in all your infused goods, snacks, and meals. Check them out on IG, that is CIBO.ALTO.
If you know, you know.
And of course, shout out to my folks, 20 years of knowledge and service, Covington Heat and Air. Get in contact with Covington Heat and Air. Let them know you heard their name on the Whatever You Say podcast. Just like that, 10% off of your unit update. Once again, check them out on IG, Covington Heat and Air. Listen, on this particular podcast, this particular episode, I'm going to put a mirror up to my face. We're going to have a couple of hosts. I got a couple of fellas in here from another podcast. We're going to pick their brains a little bit. We'll match duos, right? We'll match jobs. We'll match ins and outs and the ups and downs and pros and cons of this pissy podcast puddle that we got, that we all trying to swim in right now. And you hear those boys. Welcome to the show, the fellas of the Vicious and Delicious podcast show, Big Rob and Will. How we doing, fellas?
Hey, it's good to be on the show, Ivory, man.
No doubt, no doubt. Big Rob, how we doing, man?
I'm good, man. You know, it's been a long time. Supposed to do this a while ago.
It's been a minute.
It's been my day one for about, 15 years now?
It's been a
I
minute.
heard the stories. Y'all got a little bit of history, huh?
Yeah.
I went to broadcast school with this guy.
Yeah, I heard a lot of little funny stories about y'all times at the what was it, American Broadcast School.
Yeah, like I met him on my first day there. Like, you know, they put you in a little corner. They let you, this is how all the stuff work.
Oh yeah.
I was in there for like 2 hours, and I like come out of the room and like this crazy bone looking nigga was like standing in the hall. I'm like, oh, what's up?
Crazy bone.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, what's good? I'm like, all right, so he the head nigga around here. I gotta be friends with him.
Oh yeah, okay, all right.
Since, yeah.
Nah, I mean, you know, I think every time you get into those type of situations, and you get to meeting everybody, and one thing about broadcast school, listen, it might as well have been social media school.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah.
You got a bunch of people in there with opinions. Everybody want to talk. Everybody kind of wants to, you know, be out there in that light, in that broadcast kind of / TV industry. So it was a lot of personalities in that room. It was funny, man. I like that. It was a good time.
Well, Ivory, man, we want to thank you for letting us come on your platform, man. If you don't know, it's your boy Black Snow and Big Rob from the Vicious and Delicious podcast, man. It's weird that I was used to hearing Ivory on the radio, doing the sports show, and on the local radio station here in the city, man. And it's actually my first time, because you see. It's like when you hear somebody's voice on the radio and you never really get a chance to run into them face to face. So you never know what that person's gonna look like. I know, Big Rob met you at the broadcasting school, so and he had a couple of stories about stuff how it went down over there and all these funny like anecdotes and the stuff.
Give me a story. Give me a story.
We got so many, man.
Give me one. Give me one that Rob told you.
So
I went to school with him, so I need to run it by you to make sure it's accurate.
Okay. The funniest one he told me, there was a story about somebody, I guess, took a young lady into one of them back rooms, and a little something happened, and they got caught. Let's just say in a unique predicament up at the school.
I remember that happening a few times.
Yeah.
Because I remember hearing a few of those stories too. Because one thing about
we ain't gonna say no names, but
broadcast school, I remember everybody had their own little, room so you could practice your broadcasting. So there was a bunch of little, little radio, pots for everybody to go in there and do their demos or whatever. And yeah, it was all type of little stories.
Yeah, I guess they're doing a little bit more than demos,
Yeah.
from what I heard.
Hey, there was day classes, there was night classes, so
People
what
got a
happened
little
at night.
bored,
Yeah, exactly.
Find other ways to spend their time, I guess. So what happened? Without it's been a little while, so I'm pretty sure alibis and stuff are good, but give us kind of a rundown what happened. What's the story behind the little faux pas at the broadcast school?
Which one?
Well, the one, but
This one. Okay. So what we know, it was a girl whose name I won't say, because
of course,
and the dude,
for reasons.
You probably remember he was like had the ponytail and shit.
Had the ponytail.
Yeah.
The dude who had the ponytail?
Yeah.
White dude?
Yeah.
I do, yeah. I
Yeah.
do.
See, you remember?
Yeah, I do.
So in the back, say the room we in is like the lecture room or whatever. So where she is like where the hallway is. So in the back corner, that's where they had like the studio with the lights in it, so you could like turn them shits down.
Had a little dimmer in
Had a
there.
little dimmer in there.
Right,
It
yeah.
set the mood.
And so and
do
they had like
remember
the little pay window where you see inside the room, and they like stuck tape on the door with the paper on it, and you just hear
Damn.
in the room. We were just like, we walked.
A round of applause.
I will say his name. Me and my man Chris Jackson. Shout out to Chris wherever you are, bro.
Shout out to Chris.
Chris Jackson.
Look, white Chris.
I do remember him.
Yeah.
He didn't have a ponytail though, did he?
No, it wasn't him. It wasn't him.
Okay,
We
okay.
were like walking at the same time. It was like
You know what? I remember. Matter of fact, he kind of lived by me. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I seen him in the street playing with kids, playing football with kids.
yeah, because he used to learn.
Yeah. Nah, but good times, man.
Yeah,
Good times.
a lot
And
of
now look where we at.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We're both of all three of us in this podcast thing together, man.
Yeah.
The Vicious and Delicious podcast. How long y'all been running that?
Almost 2.5 years.
Yeah.
How many episodes now, Big Rob? Almost to hit 70 in the middle.
Yeah, almost at 70 episodes. Yeah.
70 episodes. How many seasons? What do you break down your?
So
how you
we
break
ca-
down your seasons?
So we kind of cut it down like almost like a show. So we used to do like maybe 12 episodes a season, because the thing was,
you say.
everybody has day-to-day lives. It was kind of hard to do it like every other week. we try to do it every weekend for a while,
Right.
and then schedules and things like that. So we try to chop it up to like maybe bi-monthly, so every 2 weeks. But
Bi-weekly.
we wanted to be different, because like usually in the podcast game you see like a lot like be episode 634.
Right.
So I thought it'd be easier for people to kind of like, if they wanted to find episode like or search the catalog, they could just say season 2 episode 5, and we try to give every episode a funny name for it's easy to remember, and it kind of rolls off the tongue. So
Yeah.
try to add a little entertainment value to the show, to the product. But
What let me ask you, what is like, y'all got kind of a specific thing that we do? Are we one thing about y'all, I've been kind of following y'all. Y'all got opinions on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
From a list about your top 5 whatevers, and we're talking music to movies to
right.
songs to Marvel characters, like everything.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I can appreciate that. Some of that stuff, I'm not into all of it, but I can appreciate that, man. And that's, that's a busy mind to have an opinion on so many different things in so many different areas. So what's the point of the podcast? Are y'all interviewing people? Y'all just throwing our list and our opinions out there? Hopefully some folks will catch on to it, or we just venting. This is something for you.
Well, honestly, part of it is a lot of it is kind of mixed together.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's like, all right, that might be a good mix. We can bring them in and see what they about.
Yeah.
Or, well, this current event happened. It wouldn't be responsible to not talk about it.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like some world-changing event or whatever.
Right.
See, that's what I need. I'm glad y'all in here with me, because, like, I'm just really interviewing people, but I don't want to interview y'all.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't had one, and I need to do this. I need to do one just by myself, and I'm just venting on this random shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, right now leave it up to Andre, Snoop Dogg, Dwight Howard, Puffy.
Man,
That's a lot to.
there's a lot
that's
to going up.
talk about.
Yeah.
That's a lot to talk about, man.
That would
but
be like, what, 2 episodes for us?
Yeah.
about all that.
Yeah, because
I mean,
sometimes
shit.
we'll have a topic and we'll have like bullet points.
Yeah.
And we'll hit the bullet points, but then eventually one of us will go left.
Hey,
And
man.
we'll have 45 minutes about a similar subject
Hey, man.
that turns into something
Like a
incredible.
segue, yeah.
It turns into a whole segue.
Hey, it happens, man.
Yes, I mean, like,
It
the
happens.
reason, really, like, the format of the show is really, the reason why we even came up with the idea to do the podcast is, like, me and Big Rob met each other basically off of friends in a group page.
Yeah.
So we used to kind of, like, needle each other off of our own opinions. Like, I would disagree with this guy, he would disagree with me, and then,
Right.
like, we would, but it was funny, though, so.
Well, we
ended
never
up-
took it personally. I always thought
Nah,
it was
nah.
hilarious. Yeah.
Right.
you know, here you go, not, you know, here this Negro go again, not agreeing with this. Of course, Harlem Heat's the best, you know, the best tag team of all
Right,
time, and he
right.
was like, nah, it's the Steiner Brothers, and they're like, oh no, they was trash. But ended up happening was, because all these people in the group kind of know each other, or like third hand, offhand, they know
a
each
lot of
other,
us went
like,
to high school together.
yeah, 6 degrees of separation kind of thing.
Okay.
So we got to a point, like, you know, it used to be like just about pro wrestling and stuff. You know, old stuff, new stuff, what was on TV at the time. So what happened was people got bored of what was on TV, so they had the idea of kind of like role playing an actual like wrestling federation, so they would come up with matches. But the fun part was just doing promos on each other, basically just, you know, talking shit about the other person, like I'm gonna beat you, da 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 da
I'm
da.
gonna kick your ass at whatever pay-per-view we made up.
So they ended up making up a tag team, him and another guy. But the other guy got in trouble for cussing out or something. He broke the rules of the group. Let's just say that. So they ended up just sticking us together because he just needed somebody else to be a team. So we just cut this whole thing. So but it was like, shit, we got to come up with a name for the tag team. So it was like, we kind of like, nah, what
So
about
it's
this?
crazy. He came up with the name.
So I was like, hey, man, do you remember that tag team back in the day, WCW? It was Scott Norton and Buff Bagwell. They were called Vicious and Delicious. Man, that's funny. Let's use that. You'll be vicious and I'll be delicious.
Yeah.
And then people like, and the first thing people say, well, which one is vicious and delicious? And somebody's like, well, I ain't gonna call no nigga delicious. So, so anyway,
That's the issue with black folks.
yeah, it was
We don't like
funny
delicious.
and annoying at the same time. But also, what we did was his wrestling name was Big Rob, and my wrestling name was Black Snow. And if you know, Black Snow actually comes from a skit that Booker T did when he was in TNA. He was pretending to be a announcer. And the funny thing he did, he was actually in the ring announcing himself wrestling somebody. So, and he had his voice too. He was like,
Booker T with the thrust kick.
Here's Booker T coming with the thrust kick on Austin Creed. And it was the funniest thing ever because we had never seen somebody do it. So, like, I always use that Black Snow. I always came back to it. It was like one of the funniest things I ever did. So I was like, oh man, that's a perfect name. And I didn't want to get rid of it. So it was like, man, and then like the conversations we had was like, man, you know, we should do a podcast because we just talk about anything. So I was like,
I see it. I mean, I can see it. I see the
Why not?
energy. I see the energy, and then
Whatever
I
you
see
say. Whatever you
the
say.
combination of, you say both of y'all are big wrestling fans.
yeah, that's where it came from. And then
And
like,
the fact that you remember a skit
yeah.
from Booker T,
From like
Not-
2007.
not a big time match,
Yeah.
you know,
No,
man.
no.
Nah, just a skit, you know, loading up to the match. That's impressive, man. So I was gonna ask that, Vicious and Delicious.
Yeah.
And that's where it came from.
Yeah, it was just, and people like, oh, trying
A
to figure out
wrestling
where that
tag.
came. Yeah, it was an obscure wrestling reference that we used and just ran with that. But you know, as far as we start doing the show, you know, I'm a guy starting out, but it was a journey in itself.
Oh, God.
A lot of procrastination. I think we talked about it for like a good almost year. Like, oh man, we're gonna do the show.
Yeah.
You know, let's start, you know, figuring out what we need, you know,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
equipment
yeah.
and this, that, and other thing. Then one day, I just got fed up with this standing on, you know, sitting on my hands. I was like, man, fuck it, Big Rob. We go to the store, we getting the stuff, and then we just gonna jump into it. And he was like, Big Rob was like, all right. So I just,
Cool.
I just bought some of the stuff we needed, and then we just went from there. And man, those first couple of episodes were pretty rough.
Even now, it's hard for me to listen to.
It's hard to listen to. We didn't know anything about audio. We didn't know anything about the software we were
Oh,
using.
Man, come on, I'm right there. My first few, yeah, it's you know, you should be able to tell the difference.
Yeah, it was a learning
Yeah.
curve, definitely.
And you just, you know, you got to do it and just learn as you go, hopefully.
Yeah,
It is,
I think
you
the
know.
main thing
Like our
about
first couple episodes was like, it'd be like, one of us would talk like this, but then the other one would be
And
like,
that
oh.
yeah,
Hey, you know, that's how that shit go, man.
and then-
But we here two and a half years.
yeah, pretty much, yeah.
2.5 years. Now, have we started? You know, you starting to get the outside kind of action at all? I mean, we got the family, friends, and you know your media circle.
Mm.
Have you noticed that anything kind of popping in other states, other countries?
Actually, like, I know we did the analytics like maybe 3-4 months ago.
Yeah, thankful to Spotify podcast. You can kind of see where and who's listening to you, even to get a demographic, like how many ages, and then like, male, female.
Shout out to everybody in Sacramento who apparently listens to us.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, and you could probably attest to this, Ivory. It's kind of, you got to be your own everything in this kind of with this gig, man. You're your own advertiser, you're your own writer, marketer,
editor,
Yeah.
mixer. I mean, you gotta be a jack of all trades.
He'll tell you. He can test for that one.
But I mean, I would do this. I don't see myself ever stop doing the podcast thing. I love to do it, man. It's like an outlet, man. It's like venting. You get all your thoughts and ideas out somewhere, instead of just keeping them to yourself, or would just be me and him talking. So
instead of an echo chamber,
And then, people get to know you. Sometimes I consider myself kind of a quiet person for most, if I don't know somebody. So having people know my, my thoughts and opinions is cool to me. It makes me feel like, it's an outlet, man. It's freeing, man. It's like therapy, man.
That's a new thing. That's a new thing, at least for me. I think for a lot of people, and really, I guess over the past, 10, 15 years since the whole vlogging and TikToking and just recording yourself, that's become a thing. And people use that as a form of therapy. Get some shit off their chest. Now nowadays we've kind of spilled over, and too much shit gets off people's chest.
Yeah, that's
Jada
true too.
Pinkett, and I feel like
overshare.
I feel like, but that's where we're at now.
It's an epidemic.
I almost feel like that's where we're at now. Like, just the normal kind of flash piece of news, or some flash hot opinion, hot take on something.
Hot take.
We got to go past that now. That's old.
Yeah, that's
right.
It's gimmicky.
Now, that's gimmicky. I mean, that's the whole reason you're saying this little hot topic, little subject matter anyway, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
just get attention. Yeah.
Get some attention. But now, did you see what old girl did? Carissa Thompson, the white girl, sideline reporter for Fox.
Oh yeah,
NFL. Admitted that she's made up shit before in her live sideline reports during the game. And I kind of see both sides, but the first side I saw was why? Why would you? What are you doing? It's like, oh, that's how far we've gone for this clickbait. I'll get on here and admit that lie about some shit. Yeah. Admit that I'm lying when I'm, my job is really, I'm supposed to be upholding the integrity of a quality journalist.
Yeah.
But I'll get on here and tell y'all that I've been lying just to rile up some shit.
Clout.
Or she thought she was just being so honest and just doing this podcast host a big favor. But I mean, you're making it tough on women. The coaches already don't want to talk to you no way.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And
gender gap.
How hard is it for women anyway? Right. So now we're sitting there looking at you and say, he's hurt. He's hurt at halftime. This bitch lying. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Shit like that. So I mean, that's how far we've
Whatever
come.
you say.
It's not to chase the salacious, man. It's weird to me because I feel like what we do, in our opinion, it's sometimes it kind of be like, of course you gotta have a hot take every now and then, but I feel like it's natural. I mean, because this is the way we talk when nobody's around.
Right.
We just put a microphone in front of each other. But I feel like when it gets to a point where you purposely try to say something that you might not even agree with, just to say something because when you say this, people's eyes are gonna perk up, the eyebrows are gonna perk up, they're gonna see, they want to know, and then it's clout chasing. And let's take an example like these, like the new format I've seen a lot that I try my best to get away from this kind of thing. It's like when you have we got a group of guys here, we got a group of females here, and they're going to argue about what a man's supposed to be or what a woman's supposed to be, and that's the whole, and there's like 800 now podcasts of people just, men and women just arguing with each other.
That's the new kick,
Gender battles or whatever, battles of sexes and stuff like that, and it's silly and it's dumb, and then
it's repetitive.
Yeah, super repetitive, and it's all about, let me say something crazy and then get my thing going and, springboard myself off of that. So,
or let me preach, and rile up the room and
Yeah.
you know, and let me get my hand movements right and
Everybody's trying to be the new
Kevin Samuels.
Kevin Samuels.
Kevin
you know,
Samuels, right? There's a big old spot.
Wendy
open for that
Williams.
right
You
now.
know.
But it is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, all you can do is just make sure that you stay on top of yours and what you're doing,
Exactly.
and try to be as truthful as you can. Even though, listen, even though those people who sitting in those rooms talking that relationship shit between men and women, they probably feel like they're being truthful to themselves, and they probably feel like they, spreading what they know, spreading what they've experienced. But yeah, it just once we get to whoever edits the video and puts it together, that's the part that we're like, this one again.
Yeah.
This subject matter again, or I done bought tickets to this, to this podcast, to the live podcast, and you turn it to a men and women type thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we at. So it is. While we own it,
Yeah.
girlfriends, wives.
I'm married. Been married for 2 years. Together for almost 7. Big Rob.
Yeah, not married, but long-term relationship.
Pimping on the weekend.
Told you that in confidence.
Couple side kids.
I feel you. But I mean, listen. Bottom line is, at the end of the day, all that arguing is cool, but we need each other. End of story.
I'm all for the 50-50, man. And
Yeah.
every relationship ain't gonna be the same. You can't have. I mean, if it worked for you, okay, fine. But your way you do your relationship ain't gonna work for me.
Right.
But we can get off the, telling people how a relationship's supposed to look like.
Not to go on an economic tangent, but
It's hot out here for.
yeah,
It's hot out here.
capitalism pretty much made it that we can't live off one income. No
This
more.
this ain't no single person economy.
Yeah.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
a quarter
man.
pounder cheese meal at McDonald's is now $9, you know something's going wrong. When it used to be
mean-
$2.99.
Unless you got that type of job,
Yeah.
that type of income. I mean, just
Yeah,
the
man.
average Joe out here. Nah, you need to, and it's okay to admit that.
Grass ain't always green. But.
You
Right.
know, it's okay to admit that. Wrestling fans,
Oh yeah.
how despicable, more despicable, McMahon or Dana White?
Dana White, definitely. Dana
Well,
White. Because Dana White, what he's doing for the most part is real people really,
it's real blood sport. Yeah.
really going at and punching each other. Like, I understand, like, don't get me wrong, what pro wrestlers do, man, it's 365, man. They on the road all the time, putting their bodies for the entertainment for us to watch. And, them bumps and them chair shots are not, they're not fake. When they hit that mat, it's real. It's the outcome is just predetermined, but, and they pull their punches so they don't hurt each other but there's definitely impact in it. But,
So y'all really into that?
oh, yeah.
Whatever you
But like
say.
for Dana White, man, I don't understand how somebody who makes so much money, and Dana White actually he's just the president of UFC. He's not the, he's not Zuffa. He's not the big main
Boss
guy.
anymore, yeah.
He kind of like the middleman between them and the guys who actually own the UFC.
Right.
But he's basically the figurehead. He's the mouthpiece. He does, and he's the guy who knows the sport, and that's the reason why he has a job, because he knows how to arrange things, how to talk to fighters. Well, he should know how to talk to fighters. But when I hear stories about, fighters not making enough money, and then, like, people don't understand, these fighters, the UFC fighters, man, their whole job is the fight. So they have to pay their trainers, they have to pay, the wherever they train at, and then, like, their own expenses. People think they make a lot of money. They really don't. Like, they're not making millions and millions of dollars unless you're like a Conor McGregor or like a big-time, star. Even like the champions are not making that money. Like, we're talking like $700,000 a year, maybe. And you think, that, but half of that has to go to the gym and then all this other stuff. Cause basically, it's like having a gym membership that takes half of your, cuts. And you got
Overhead.
management.
Yeah, that's why I asked, because I mean, for years, MMA fighters been screaming that they don't get paid enough
Man,
for forever,
Right.
for a long time, and it seemed like every year or two, if Dana White ain't slapping his wife in the club,
I was wondering that.
he talking crazy. Somebody, it seems like every year or two, this guy, he's in something that's kind of despicable and kind of like, wow, you are an asshole. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
you're a terrible person.
Yeah, a little bit. But then I look over at McMahon, and I've heard those same stories over there also.
oh, yeah.
Now he's been going on a lot longer than Dana White.
Yeah.
He's a seasoned vet, but I watch MMA kind of sparingly, depending on the fighter.
Right.
But yeah, all I'm a boxing fan.
Oh, I love boxing.
And anytime you get the two comparisons, Dana White and how he fucking everybody, that always comes up. How he's shorting all his fighters, and how boxers make so much more. You see what big Ngannou did.
Yeah.
Put
Tyson
Fury
You and Tyson
down.
Fury.
I feel like that's gonna hype up some big MMA guys and try to come over there and get some of that boxing money.
Yeah,
They don't want to box, but they see how much more.
Money it
You
is to
know,
make,
how much
man.
more, how
They'll
much bigger the
augment their training
paychecks
for
are.
that paycheck.
Yeah.
And
I
then,
mean-
you know, and Conor McGregor making the thing where, you know, you guys are jumping over there and getting the boxing, you know, these Paul brothers, you know,
Yeah.
so the fight game is kind of wide open.
Yeah, it's more of a social
You know what
thing
I mean?
now too. Man. It's the spectacle. Of course, a big fight's always about the spectacle, putting like the biggest name against the biggest name. But now they got it where these social media people. It's been going on for a while. They got these social media people who like basically box as a hobby, but they have so many people behind them. Like they got millions and millions of followers that half of them, well, I would say about 80% of them want to see them lose. But hey, as long as you can get people to buy those
Right.
pay-per-views, it's the money is there for these the big promoters, man. So of course they're gonna get behind it. It really doesn't really matter the quality of the fight or the fighters, man. It's about how much views and buys I can get off of, you know, what do you bring to the table. It's all about how many asses you can put in the seat, basically. So.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. With like you said with the Ngannou fight and Tyson Fury, you saw what happened there, and they were all the way in rehab. You know, they were in the foreign country, and they made a huge purse and a
Saudi.
huge,
That's Saudi
huge,
Arabia,
yeah,
right?
a huge
Yeah.
spectacle out of
Those
this, baby.
Saudis, I was talking to my partner on his podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet Saudi blood money.
Right.
Fair Winds and Fairways.
Like that type.
Yeah, it's my partner. He has a podcast about boxing and golf.
Okay.
Noel Sosa, check him out. Fair Winds
Interesting
and
combo.
Fairways.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, okay. I see that.
But we were talking about the Ngannou and Tyson Fury fight, and listen, I was telling him these Saudis are coming for our heads.
Yeah.
You see what they did to golf?
Yeah.
They're not stopping at golf. That's all fighting is. The fighters will go anywhere. They don't care.
Yeah.
You know, ain't no governing
Ain't no governing body.
agency to say that. So they'll go. So you see what they're doing to see what they did to golf. You see what's happening right there at the fight game. A lot of big fights that go over there now.
You see the big event they're about to have.
What's that?
Well, all the heavyweights, Joshua, Dante,
Deontay
Wilder. They're having
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
3-day
yeah,
event, man.
Yeah, that's I mean, that's what I'm saying. They're coming, man.
Oh, and wrestling
coming.
too. They having all those shows, the super shows. That's all in Saudi, man.
They
That's a 10-year
coming,
deal.
man. They
They,
coming. So I want, you know, and you know, we're talking about, we're sitting there watching this in-season tournament for the NBA.
Mhm.
Leagues and you know, sanctioning bodies. If you want to talk about the golf game, talk about the boxing game. That's why they're doing this. They got to bring some more money to the table.
Yeah.
They got to incentivize these boys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, basketball is safe for now because you're always going to get the best basketball here.
Yeah.
You're not gonna go over there in Saudi and
Well,
get
other
the
countries are
best
catching
ball.
up though.
They trying to.
Yeah.
They trying to, but
Yeah, but
They
their best
coming,
players
man.
come to the league.
Spain, Portugal,
Yeah,
you
but
know.
their best players end up going to the NBA. So
yeah.
Well,
I mean
yeah.
that's still the top place to be, but these Saudis like, oh really? They add these 3 extra O's on it
Right.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
nothing to them.
and see what you want to do, man.
The
But
Prince.
but nah, we'll see, man. It's crazy. I'll be checking it. That Ice Cube told us that, didn't he?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ice Cube told us, watch what these Saudis do for the NBA, to the NBA. Give it about 4 or 5 years.
You see what the NBA did to Ice Cube?
Right. They you know, and that's just dirty.
Trying to
business.
block him.
Right.
His-
That's just
and
dirty
the big
business.
three. So I mean, yeah, it's when you have like big companies like the NBA or even Vince McMahon who basically have a monopoly on their
Oh, yeah,
sports.
exactly.
You know, the wiggle room for other people to come in and have at least. 'Cause I think competition when it comes to things like that is always good for us, the viewers. Like if you have an option, because you remember when the XFL first came out, and before that you had the was it American League? What was the other football league they had?
AFL.
The AFL and things
Yeah.
like that. You know, there was a good alternative. So like,
It
I
never,
think that-
it never got me. It was never gonna get me. You watch that? How
XFL?
much time you get that?
The XFL?
Y'all didn't get that much time. Come
Well,
on.
now that, I guess what XFL is now going to join with the other
USFL.
Yeah,
Yeah,
USFL
they merged, so, yeah.
merge and make another little league.
But to answer your question,
But it's summer though. It's summer football. So I mean, you know, there's if you like year round.
I mean,
there's an option.
Whatever you say.
if I can get NFL football in the summer, I'm with it.
Yeah,
That's not NFL football.
it's football though. It's like arena. Remember arena football was big for a little while.
I seen
yeah, but
I,
that was kind of a gimmick too.
I
Yeah,
seen
it was.
I seen a quarterback scrambling around and throw the ball backwards over his head. I said, see there, that's why these niggas play on the AFL.
Oh, that's
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And that's like, because it sounds good, a whistle in the background. That's ultimately that's all it is, background noise. Because I'm not sitting in front of my
TV
TV
to watch the
really watching this
the
shit.
Birmingham Dragons. or
But
whatever,
yeah, but right. Because I mean, you know, we know top notch football athletes when we see it, and those guys wasn't it. But you know, it's another way to get some money. You see, The Rock,
Yeah.
The Rock needed some help. He said, "Man, this shit too much. It's XFL,
Let's put it together.
USFL, help me out.
yeah, pretty much.
AFL,
yeah.
somebody help me out with this shit."
Well, I mean, like it's one thing because the big names aren't there, but also you got to remember, like, okay, so you know we're in Oklahoma, of course. We don't have an NFL team, so
No.
if you had like something at least closer, I don't know if it would have to actually be Oklahoma with a whatever the XFL and when they USFL join
They'll
together.
probably keep USFL.
They'll have like a little team or whatever, but it'd be an alternative if you just want to see some football, which is not like the college teams are like your Pop Warner or your high school games. You can go to this thing. It'd be an alternative. You're still seeing the sport, and it's
I
it's
need
it's
some
something
names,
to
though.
do.
I need some names when I watch professional football. It's tough.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
And then it's
I mean, no disrespect to the guys that are playing, but yeah.
Right, I
no
understand
disrespect
that.
at all,
It's
but
the cream of the crop, but
Yeah,
but
but
I mean, it's a good alternative by why the league is like it's the summer,
small linemen and shit. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man. What is this?
Right. It was.
This
like,
is
I
fun,
remember
man.
when we was in college. It was
It's like
shit
going
that.
to a Blazers game back in the day. It's hockey. You don't even, I don't even like hockey like that.
Yeah,
But
fuck
this going to
hockey,
the game is fun. It's
Right,
like
it's an experience. Shit.
I go to
Live is different. Yeah,
yeah.
live is different.
or OKC Dodgers game with it.
And that's how I feel. That's honestly how I feel about baseball.
Yeah, it's only fun when you go
Yeah.
like golf. I can't watch golf, but I can go to and watch people play golf.
No doubt.
And I maybe do miniature golf. That's about it for me.
But yeah, Ivan, let's spitball and give some opinions on some of these those topics you were bringing up, man. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Okay, give me Rob, give me an album. What album did it for y'all this year?
Well,
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm getting old. I don't even run out and listen to shit no more.
Man,
I'm pretty active on social media, and I just kind of whatever niggas want to drop. That's what I heard.
hey, right.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever you
Spotify
want.
can't ruin the game. for me.
Right,
I
whatever-
got lazy, man.
Whatever they got, that's what I heard.
Well, for terms of music, for me, I haven't done my whole 10 best albums of the year list yet.
Okay.
But other than the Magic album we were talking about earlier,
Magic 3, Magic 3. Nas
Now, how
and Hit
often
Boy.
do these reviews come?
We're trying to make it more
we try to make it
like
more often. Yeah,
he mentions it a lot, but I'm like, man, just put it to the
we gotta
put pen to paper, man. And let's
Yeah.
build this content. But he's always, I mean, like if I ask, when we talk about music, I'm always going to deter to Rob and ask him how he feels about it. He's got like the guru part of our
Why
little
is that?
tandem. Because I'm not really, I'm a music person, but I'm more eclectic. But Rob is like zeroed in on the whole hip hop thing. He's got like history and stuff.
So what you listen to?
Man, I can listen to anything, to be honest, man. Right now, what I'm playing, of course, I'm an old soul, man. I got old soul music, man. I got a Teddy Pendergrass playing in the car, something like that.
Oh,
But
yeah, okay. I
Yeah.
thought you were gonna say something else.
but no, I mean, I can listen to rock and roll. I can listen
Still
to,
on your Supertramp kit.
yeah, I mean, I get what do you call it, dad rock every now
Yeah,
and then.
dad rock.
Because also my favorite thing to do on my off time when I'm not doing the show, all working or with the family, man, I like to go to karaoke. And like, of course, I think half the reason is I like these songs because I hear them all the time. So you gotta get used to them. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I ain't did no karaoke in a while.
It's fun,
Yeah.
man.
And I'm still officially never done.
It's a good way to get out of your shell,
Never?
man. Yeah,
Never, yeah.
Wow.
Never had
You
a
gotta get out there, man.
yeah.
Get loose one time. At least once. It's not something. My pops and my uncles used to do that shit a lot.
Yeah.
They actually thought they could sing.
Alright.
I think I can hold a note a little bit, but I couldn't. Karaoke ain't really my thing.
Yeah.
But doing it once ain't so bad.
Yeah.
But Rob, let me know what albums and caught your eye this year.
The Killer Mike album, I've been deep diving on that a few times.
The Michael.
Yeah.
I've heard a few. I haven't just sat and bumped it. And here's what I. Damn, I hate to say this.
Okay.
I love Ice Cube, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm a hip hop head like Rob. I love Ice Cube, right? But one thing about
Whatever you say.
Dude,
Whatever you say.
he'll rhyme boat, note, wrote, throat, like for 20 bars.
Yeah.
I got a lot of that out of Killer Mike. I heard a lot of that out of Killer Mike, and that's just me being a technical hip hop nerd.
The syllables
Right.
and stuff.
Right, split that up.
That's a good, that's a good
Yeah.
point.
But I heard a lot of that from Killer Mike, and I'm like, he's getting old. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was like. Man, damn, he getting old.
Maybe, and this is just speaking of hot takes, maybe he needs LP to be the balance. 'Cause that way,
I'm not the biggest fan of them together.
Run the Jewels.
Run the Jewels, okay.
They cool, but nah, man, that ain't. Nah, man.
So,
Like some of that shit was kind of it's too revolutionary. You know what I'm saying?
I like the,
You know what I'm saying? I still like to nod my head to some shit sometimes.
Right. Like
vibe
sometimes,
out
Like,
a
it
little
was
bit,
too
yeah.
revolutionary. Like it was. This is fight music.
Ari, what was your favorite album so far this year? 'Cause we almost at the end.
yeah.
Yeah.
the West Side Gun record too. Don't forget that.
Huh?
The West Side Gun album too. Don't forget.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which one? The last one?
Yeah.
I just like the album covers.
The artwork is always
the artwork is always with the Griselda
Yeah,
together.
they crazy with the album covers.
And I just like his persona, man. He just
You know what?
That's
West Side Gun had to grow on me, man.
kind of remind me of like a
It was the voice.
like
Wasn't
an
it?
East
voice.
Coast kind of Pimp C kind of thing.
Yeah, the voice had to grow on me.
yeah.
That
That boom bap.
Even today, the boom bap is no problem. That's my era. But
Yeah.
the high pitched voice,
Mhm.
even today, maybe 2 songs, 3 songs,
Yeah.
and it's like, all right, goddamn, you know what I'm saying?
He's good at staggering his features too, so it kind of breaks the monotony too.
Need a break at the 3 songs.
But see, one thing, once I understand being, I don't know, it's hard for artists because you don't want to do the same, be the same, right? You want
Right.
to get
Yeah,
out there
yeah.
and branch. But once you start going too,
You can alienate your audience.
well, once you start going too mainstream, like who did his last? He had a bunch of mainstream features on this last one, West Side,
Say Playboy Cardi.
and it's like weird shit. And it's like, what is that?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? How you gonna make that work? And I haven't just sat and just listened to it and just really studied it, but we all know West Side Gun's work, and I love them niggas for what they brought back.
Mhm. That
but-
New York.
But yeah, it's
Buffalo of all places too.
and he keep talking about he gonna retire, so we'll see.
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm
Conway said the same thing. So,
Conway said the same thing. Yeah, I love them dudes, what they've been doing for the past, 5-10 years. You can tell Benny and Conway once they start going kind of mainstream and getting some
Whatever
of
you
that,
say. Whatever you say.
J. Cole love
Yeah.
and Drake and I was like,
Yeah.
it's like, I say you start getting nervous. You
Right,
start
you're
getting
like,
scared, like, these
are they
niggas
gonna,
gonna.
are they gonna deviate from what
Yeah,
made it?
yeah, but they stay in the pocket. They stay in the pocket. I'm with it. I don't know. That's a good question though, because I haven't just bumped just mad albums because really I'm the type of cat. If something catches me and I'm on it, I'm on it.
Yeah.
It don't no
Yeah.
matter if it's 5 years old, 10 years
Right, yeah, I
old.
can just stick to what I know is good.
Because really the last one is Stove God Cooks.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of the album, but he kind of, it was only like 8-10 songs long,
Yeah,
like
it was
like a little
basically
LP.
a glorified EP.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he was what he got going is pretty funky.
Yeah, I think as far as hip hop this year, man, I kind of stuck to a lot of, because I mean, like I said, it's all really about singles or like little,
Yeah.
2 or 3 songs that you like.
Yeah, that's it.
I think as far as like albums that on the hip hop side of things, that I actually like took time to listen to. I wanted to listen to the Quavo album because I wanted to hear what he had to say after Takeoff died.
Right.
And I mean, it was I think he tried to changed it up with so much blingy, floss rap kind of stuff, which was cool. And also, I listened to the, which was kind of like maybe a year ago, I think, the Young Dolph posthumous album he did, when he passed away, and they kind of put like some of his last stuff together.
Right.
And I was just out of like respect, but
I'm always leery about posthumous albums.
yeah, I mean, I like the album. I like Young Dolph, because I feel like his music is motivational. Like, he's always talking about, striving and achieving and, going harder, and, getting that bag kind of money. So it kind of motivates you. Like, if you about to go to work, you play a little like Young Dolph or something like that.
Has that changed up in hip hop? I feel like, I guess that's a good thing. Instead of flossy, blingy, I got all the money raps, we get motivation, get up and get it. I still got all the money.
This is how I got it.
And I don't sleep. I'm getting money all day, every day. And there's a whole grind culture out there.
Right.
Don't sleep. What you doing? I'm on it all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? And I guess that's better than, right? I'll do anything for money.
Yes, that's true.
Or are we still there?
Are we selling the drugs? Are we taking the drugs? I don't know. Also, man, and I'm very opinionated about the character of artists too, Vic. So like, some people can listen to an artist just off the song, but if I don't like the person, if I don't like their character, I can't. You know what I mean? I can't fool with them no more. Like,
but you don't know these niggas though.
Well, of course, you're never gonna know them closely, but you can see how they act. Like how they act towards their fans or how they act in interviews and stuff like that. Some stuff can just rub you the wrong way about. You hear stories. Of course, like these artists, they dabble with each other and stuff like that. So they talking and like you hear something about so and so and this, that, and other thing. And like sometimes it'd be hearsay and stuff like that. But sometimes you can actually see that character in that person, if that makes sense. And then, some things, and like people who lie about, of course everybody ain't, got, 40 keys in the trunk kind of stuff, or, shoot them up, bang, bang, everybody.
I know you ain't trying to say Jay-Z didn't lose all 92 bricks he got him on.
Right. But, some of that is like, I can tell you not really, that's not your character. You're not that person.
Or we say on the show, Wild Cappington.
And, right. And, I mean, at least if you're saying, if you are that, at least tell the detrimental side of like doing that kind of thing.
Right,
like,
don't glorify.
There gotta be the good and the bad. If you selling dope, talk about when you go to jail and stuff like that. What happens? What's the downside of when the money stops and you locked up and nobody's cares about you no more and you can't get like money on your books. That kind of thing. That's what I like when people can talk the realness of the ups and the downs. If you're gonna be with that Gambino kind of, banging and stuff like that.
Do like Prime Ice-T records where you show
give me a story. I need stories. I need something.
You want
relatability.
You want the message all over again.
Yeah.
Close to the edge.
Right.
Yeah.
Make timeless records, man. Timeless stuff.
You brought up who else you got, Rob? You said West Side.
Yeah.
Who else? You know who my kids had to put me on dude. He kind of weird.
Larry June?
Nah, Larry June.
I just assume it's Larry June.
Nah, he is just another Too Short. No disrespect, but
Larry June he just too chill, man.
Yeah, it can.
Like, speaking, actually, now you mentioned it, one of my homeboys, shout out to my man Carlos. He actually said, because you said the Pimp C thing,
right?
That every region of hip hop has their own Pimp C.
That's kind of
like West Side Gun for the East Coast. Like
you say West Side.
I thought
he just reminds me. I don't know if he actually has the same talk about the same stuff. He kind of reminds me though because it's not really. It's not. Yeah, it's the image, not necessarily what he says. Because Pimp C was a character on the mic and off the mic. But
now character, yeah, West Side. He kind of in his own little world.
Yeah.
But talking that shit, how you do? West Side, he Pimp C wasn't that aggressive.
No,
he wasn't that aggressive, right?
He's funny.
He's funny, right? I compare the East Coast Pimp C to me is West Side Big Homie, Rock Marciano.
Ooh,
I
can see that.
The Pimp Pyre Strikes Back. This nigga, he talk pimp shit all day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And as far as down south, I mean, all them little dudes is some little Pimp C nephews.
Have you listened to Akeem Ali?
Who was that?
Akeem Ali?
Hakeem Ali,
Have you heard of him?
Akeem Ali.
Kimi Casanova.
Akeem Casanova, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and.
Listen, baby.
Listen, baby. Kenny Casanova, coach of Nova Scotia. Yeah.
He got flow, but
I haven't. That's all I've heard.
Whatever you
I
say.
haven't just. Has he had a whole piece of? Does he have a whole project?
Yeah, he got some
He had
albums.
a couple now.
Yeah.
But like one is that persona though.
Yeah, he has
Like
one.
whole Kimi Casanova record.
Yeah, in that
And
whole
one
kind
is
of
himself,
pimp
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
So
And he was on.
He's not Kenny Casanova all the time.
It's just a.
No, it's more of a
It's
persona.
Akeem Ali, and then like I guess that's like
Okay.
an offshoot character. I guess is the.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's kind of like a black exploitation movie thing.
I'm
Yeah,
with
kind
it.
of like that. Yeah,
I'm
kind of
with
like
it. I'm with it.
that. You damn right.
I'm with it.
But no, he got a
Wu-Tang.
good project. He got a
Some
good
Wu-Tang
project.
shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, as far as other aliases and personalities and all that.
Let's switch up style.
If you're gonna stick on the East Coast for a little bit, a surprise for me. You'll probably enjoy this as a G-Unit fan. Halloween Havoc 4 was dope.
With
So Lloyd Banks still doing it himself.
Banks still, he always dropping mixtapes. doesn't
POK.
Yeah, the PLK. Yeah.
He who is it? I think him and I forgot there's another East Coast cat. Like all they do is drop little mixtapes, but you know, you talk to some of the rap heads out there, or you know, you scroll and follow whoever you respect. They always got Lloyd Banks in they top 5 or whatever.
You gotta respect the lyricism.
Off mixtapes.
Yeah.
You know, even after GU, he ain't signed and go get with nobody and restart a career or nothing.
No, he just
steadily putting out these little 10, 12, joint.
I think because his old boss said it best, 50 Cent. He said Lloyd Banks would probably be the biggest like Drake or Jay-Z if he wasn't so lazy. He's like,
he's mentioned that before.
He said I had to like. This is a quote, 50 Cent quote. He said, "Man, I had to like try to beg him to get an Instagram and like,
he thought it was corny.
Yeah, he
shit
does.
like
He
that,
don't want to post. It's like, man, this is how you get people to listen.
Yeah,
Like,
well, Pac and Biggie would never do this. Like,
yeah.
Like-
I was late to every social media platform. Everyone.
It's kind of gimmicky. I get you too, but I really don't. I just like the memes and
yeah,
the memes and things.
But yeah, I mean, if you in the rap game, yeah, I mean that's what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And matter of fact, it's funny you said that because I saw a video of Cameron said the same thing about Joel Santana. He said-
honestly, I've said that. I've told you this before. Like,
Uh-huh.
Joel's might be the laziest rapper ever.
I never thought he was that great bar to bar. I never thought he was that great.
He's not. But it's the fact that
Joel-
of the group, he had like
He
he had the next guy.
He could have been on the
quality.
wave though. He missed
Like,
that wave. He could have.
I mean, no disrespect to Jimmy. Okay, a little disrespect to Jimmy, but he wasn't supposed to be a number 2 guy in that group.
Nah, hell no. He
Yeah,
never
like-
was a rapper.
He never, yeah, like We Fly High, Certified Gangster. That shit happened by accident.
Yeah, I hate. I'll be honest. I can't stand Jim Jones. He rap.
Well, he said he admitted that Mason Cameron taught him how
How to rap.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of him, he made me mad this year when people was trying to say, "Oh, he body Pusha T." Like, no, he didn't.
I don't know.
Well, nobody checking for Jim Jones before this week. when the last time
Yeah.
you listened to Hustler's poem?
Yeah, when
And the answer is never. So
yeah.
Right.
Nah,
name a third Jim Jones song.
Nah,
Ain't nobody
Jim-
in this room do it.
Jim Jones is a hype man. He's not a rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, he can rap. Now, that's just the time that we in. Anybody plug on the mic and, and you can be labeled a rapper. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's true. You don't have to actually have like super,
You know what I'm saying?
you don't have to be super lyrical or anything like that.
So,
You ain't even gotta be rudimentary at this point.
Facts.
West Coast Pimp C.
I mean,
you say it's a Pimp C in every region.
I had to say he's because he's before Pimp C. You
Larry
had to go.
June
I would say Larry June now.
now.
Yeah, probably historically, but then again, since it's the West Coast, that's the Bay, and then it's L.A. So you kind of gotta.
Well, I mean, Pimp C always gave it up to Too Short.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
talking
Where's
about
Primo
West
Rice
Coast.
from?
Who?
Primo
You
Rice.
ever heard of Primo Rice?
Who's that?
He kind of more like kind of a slick kind of pimp rapper too.
Primo Rice.
Yeah. Primo
All right,
Rice.
I gotta check him out.
I know the name.
It's like he got a song called like was it Orange Julius or something like that. Kind
Oh, I know you're talking about.
of like in the fame of Orange Juice Jones.
Oh, okay.
Now he don't sound like it, but he kind of like he on some kind of pimp kind of like
Alley Cat.
kick you out of my Cadillac,
Crumb cake coat wearing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kick you out of my
Don't
Cadillac
touch that
appeal.
coat.
Yeah. Don't touch my mink.
Nah, we'll see. Bitches and Delicious podcast. I
Yes,
got the
sir.
host sitting right here.
Yes, sir.
In the Whatever You Say podcast, and we just didn't talk
Whatever you
shit.
say.
You know, rambling and what we do. What about these headlines, fellas?
Yeah, man, let's get on some headlines, man. I really want to. I got some pitties.
Are we surprised about Dwight Howard and Puffy and?
Okay, let's talk about Dwight.
Yeah, let's go there.
Let's talk about Dwight first. Let's talk about
All
Dwight.
right.
Are we surprised? No. Can I say that any louder? No.
It's been a rumor for a while.
Yeah, it's been prevalent.
It's been a bad kept secret for a while. I mean, can we talk about instances of him being super zesty? I mean, I got no problem with anybody's sexual orientation or anything like that, but Dwight Howard has done the worst job of trying to keep being in the closet I've seen since, I don't know.
Clay Aiken.
Yeah. I
Who'd you
mean,
say?
Clay Aiken.
Clay Aiken.
Clay Aiken.
We got to throw back.
Hair in the Liberace's underwear. So
Right. I mean, he had like. Okay, what about the time he was walking, like he was out for the game and he grabbed it?
Dabbing niggas in the dong.
Yeah, grabbing people's penises on the sidelines and stuff like that.
That happened?
You
it's
never seen that
footage
video?
of it, yeah.
Wow.
Like he's
Nah.
not playing, he's inactive at the time.
That's when he was in Houston.
So he's walking like to get his seat on the bench,
And he over there like,
and Buddy's like sitting, and he when he sits down, he puts his hand between his pants and basically kind of grabs his crotch.
I do remember seeing something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
And then things he
I
said.
do remember that. And
that one interview he did with the what was it like? We had to take care of the D.
Yeah, he talking about the D.
He was in
yeah.
Atlanta, and Dennis Schroeder could not stop, and Dennis
Yeah,
Schroeder couldn't
yeah.
control himself.
That was kind of funny though. I ain't gonna lie.
that's
That
nigga-
probably was trolling.
That's
but-
nigga just being goofy.
Yeah, I get it. That was.
But I mean, as soon as that news dropped about him, though,
Which time?
it
Right.
was like,
Because it
what
was
is
going
this?
a couple years ago too.
This
Yeah.
last one, yeah. I mean, over the years there had been rumors, but this last time, where the guy came out and gave everybody details,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, first thing I thought, same thing that I saw Stephen A. say. That's why he was on a new team every year. Those last
Few
5,
years,
6 years.
bouncing around and shit.
He was on a new team every year and a half, and it's like, why? He's still a double-double. It helped the Lakers win one. It's
Yeah.
like, why he can't? It's like, that's why. And then I had to tell my lady and my daughter. They was like, well, why? Just because he's gay? But I'm like, no, that's not just it. You're the biggest nigga in the room. You can't. Men don't want to be around no physical raper like y'all do. We know more than y'all do.
The
Yeah,
intimidation
exactly.
factor.
You know what I'm saying?
The
You the-
intimidation factor.
So you the biggest nigga in the room, and you just be taking it? Nah, man, you can't work here no more, man.
Well, I think
You know what I'm saying?
wasn't
I can't. Come on, man. What's going on?
I mean, I think one of Dwight Howard's reasons, besides, I don't think that's a reason, but I think the reason why he's on a different team every year is probably his own work ethic. I mean, Kobe said it himself. He called him soft.
Yeah,
right?
he called him soft.
And not in that soft way, but like I think he was so used to being big and powerful when that got tiring and
Yeah,
like
athleticism
his
started
age
to-
started catching up. He was like, oh well, I can't do that anymore. I think he even said like in an interview like. He used to just eat like Burger King and like he never had no
Candy and shit,
he never had no diet or anything like that because he just went off the natural God-given talent
Yeah.
he had. So he's like, I just now started dieting and actually like focusing on like what I put in my body. And I think at this point it was already too little, too late.
Once that back injury happened.
And he's kind of a diva too,
Yeah.
as far as like on the court. I don't think he knows how to take. I don't think he's a leader on the court. He doesn't know how to let somebody take the lead, like run the point.
He's always been the best player. So.
Right? Yeah.
And
Well-
he's just been fed the ball.
And that's always hurt him.
Well, yeah. I mean, and well, listen. It was all athletic ability and talent. He never had any real deal.
Skill.
Basketball. When last time you
Yeah.
had?
He wasn't no Hakeem Olajuwon.
Right. When last time you seen him really put some footwork in a post move?
Or
or
Right,
somebody?
yeah.
you probably
back him
both
down.
remember this. We'd all say like, if he ever got him like a turnaround jump
Right,
hook
right,
or a little
right.
up and under, he'd be unstoppable.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And that never happened.
You can't believe
Like,
he just dunking on
He
people.
just was able to outrun
Dunking
it.
and blocking.
He can just outpace
Whatever you
everybody to
say.
the front of the rim and just catch lives.
I know. He the first one. He jumps for joy when this Puff Daddy news dropped on his ass.
All right, now, as a
Right.
Watch What You Say podcast exclusive, one half of the Vicious and Delicious podcast has a running tally of reasons why Puffy should burn.
Right, that would be me.
That would be it.
Why he should burn?
he should
Yeah.
burn.
I just
Like,
feel Puffy is shady, but that's just another story.
I think routinely Puff Daddy is like maybe like one of the worst people on the planet.
So and listen, I'm waiting for the documentary, man.
Surviving
Surviving
Right,
Diddy.
that's gonna be a motherfucker.
Oh, man.
Nothing anybody
imagine Biggie
said
mama on
about Puff Daddy has surprised me. And you know why? You know why none of this stuff has surprised me? Puff Daddy's biggest problem, he is a megalomaniac, man. He's an egomaniac, man. He cannot do anything without putting himself first.
Yeah.
Even when he's being, quote unquote, charity and giving away, he still has to. It's a mental thing. It's like almost like a mental disorder, man. He cannot help but to.
Like a malignant narcissist.
I mean, it's a double-edged sword because that
That's what
same
got him
mindset
was,
got him, made him a billionaire. But at the same time, he's ruthless. He really is ruthless. He's a ruthless person.
If you look over, when you read over these court
allegations,
these allegations, I mean, and listen, over the past since the pandemic, I mean, we've been getting a dose of these powerful men. We've been getting
the truth.
A peep behind the curtain with these sick motherfuckers, man. So, and listen, I hate it. Puffy is a big part of my preteen and teenage years.
Oh yeah, 10.
You know what I'm saying?
10 to 13-year-old me loved Puffy.
And just to find out that, all that shit is true, and this is
Power trip, man.
Cassie, and who knows? More rumors will come out, and word is he had a hand on Pac's killing, maybe. So
that one I ain't too sure about.
Keefe D.
Keefe D been telling that story for years,
years.
And it just now caught up.
For years, man. So
I've been know who killed
man.
Tupac.
Yeah.
He's been said it was, and nobody guess. And that doesn't make any sense. Like I guess I guess in the eyes of the law it's just hearsay, but I mean he's admitted to all this stuff. He admitted his cousin did it, da-da-da. He was in the car, this happened, that. He admitted his little runs in with Puff, giving him money to do certain things. I mean, come on now. I mean, I know you can't take everything. You can take everything with a grain of salt, but why weren't y'all looking into that? Why did it take almost 4? I think he did this first interview like maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah,
why are y'all just now catching up with that? This is like
how many channels have their own documentary about?
Every
about
Lifetime, AD,
Pac and Biggie, and who did what?
Every true crime story,
right?
Yeah.
So there's plenty of
Just
evidence.
literally, wasn't that like a show on USA too? Like they actually made a fiction.
Yeah, do like a series, like a miniseries or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, nah, it's wild, man. I'm eager to see what comes out with this Puffy thing. My lady told me that he was on CNN or something this morning.
Really?
I didn't see that because I'm just waiting to see when's the next video he gonna drop.
I know he made a statement like, well,
you gonna say y'all killing me with this shit?
Yeah.
I know his media team has made a statement about denying everything that she said, and also said she tried to extort him for $30 million or something like that too.
Yeah.
You know who's really happy about this more than Black Snow?
Who?
Jaguar Wright.
Jaguar Wright.
She I told you motherfuckers this shit was going on.
She been on it too.
She been on it, yeah,
That's been her career for like the last couple
telling you
years.
Who she say Diddy basically did the power play on the singer? He was in New Jack City.
Christopher Williams.
He said he did some weird shit with Christopher Williams. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
man,
we don't get into detail, but
maybe
just
he was-
yeah.
when
When
was-
you hear the story of how he took Al
Man.
B. Sure's woman, it's like, oh
Kim,
man,
yeah.
you a
Raised,
dirty-
basically raised the son.
you a dirty macking motherfucker,
Man.
man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, any nigga that will take your woman while y'all working on the album together,
And then not drop the album.
move her in, and you know what I'm saying, take the son under his wing and all that. You a dirty son of a bitch, man.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a foul
for
nigga.
real.
He's a foul nigga, man.
You a dirty son of a bitch, man.
I mean, don't forget all the shit that Craig Mack alluded to. He never really told the whole story.
Yeah.
Remember all the making the band stuff? See
Yeah.
how scandalous he was?
Scandals he was in.
He's cutthroat, man. I promise, man. He's cutthroat, man.
Man, surviving Diddy. I can't wait.
Did you hear about
I'm
all
ready.
the artists getting their talking about? He offered
You know why?
yeah,
he did
offered
that?
them the royalty
He's
thing.
giving their publishing back. Yeah.
But the publishers ain't shit, really.
Mark Curry said,
But they got to sign like a thing so you can never sue
They
him.
can never
This,
sue him
that.
and
You never
shit.
do this. Never
But
do
he's
that.
also like, you know why he doing? I was saying that like, yeah, he ain't giving Biggie's publishing away.
He sure ain't.
It's just like,
Never ever.
I mean,
Right.
like he probably begrudgingly gave Mace his. It's like, fine.
That's what Mark Curry said.
Yeah, he wrote that book
He
about. it.
said that shit ain't nothing.
Right.
That's a couple hundred a year.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't like, yeah,
For a
he
dude who
ain't,
owns a TV network.
he
Yeah,
ain't talking about, he ain't gonna give up the royalties for I've been missing you and shit like that.
Yeah, that's his shit. Yeah.
The big hits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like 112 don't see none of that money.
He still got to pay Sting.
He got still got to pay Sting. Yeah.
for using this song.
Sting did say he got
So crazy, like you got to pay him
You get like 100 grand. Like
10,000 every time he played or
Yeah, every time
some
he
wild
play.
number like that, man.
Whatever
every
you
time
say.
play, he get broke off.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, there's a lot going on in the news, man. So, what do y'all feel about this Will Smith news, man? That's what I want to talk about. I feel
Man,
like it's slanderous, man.
How many L's? You got to spell Will with 4 L's.
You're doing my man dirty.
Oh man, just more.
Now I
more.
wish I didn't win the court case.
Right.
And it's like, I mean, now,
Listen to that episode too, by the way.
now Jada got to come to his defense
Yeah, which makes it look even worse.
because old boy didn't put them all out there. Him and Dwayne Martin.
Yeah, I haven't heard Dwayne Martin
What-
say
what
anything
is he
about it.
saying about
Yeah.
it?
I ain't heard Dwayne Martin say
He ain't
nothing.
spoke about it either.
Nah.
But I don't listen. I'm a big Will Smith fan, man. And just on the likelihood maybe some of this stuff is true. Who gives a damn? Will Smith has not done anything to anybody, man. He's been nothing but giving people hours and hours of entertainment, being being a beacon in the community, man. You know, even though I don't think he walks on water or anything. Don't get me wrong, but the man is, he tries to be at least show people how to be upright and all that other good stuff, man, without being too preachy or anything like that. I mean, yeah, his wife is out there, his kids are out there.
His own woman, man. If Will Smith ain't did nothing to nobody, it's his own woman, man.
They not even. I mean,
That's
they
the
really
big
together, but they ain't together. Yeah. They just they married. They like.
Well, they said they've been separated for
10 years, something like that. Yeah.
So whatever, but I mean, we didn't know that until she said that.
She said it,
Once
exactly.
again,
She's saying too much.
Made
Once
this
again.
man go to imaginary law school to defend him in imaginary court on our channel.
But I mean,
I just feel bad he got to take all these L's. Man.
yeah, leave this man alone, man. And people got mad at him for the first time he ever showed a chip in his armor, man, and acted out. That was maybe the other time Will Smith did something out of quote unquote out of pocket. Okay,
You talking about the Chris Rock?
the
thing?
slap, yeah.
Yeah.
The man's not perfect, man. He got, but yeah.
I saw a video, an old video, and it's the power of social media. You get to scrolling, looking at shit. I saw an old video. It was like a old black and white movie. It was the same damn incident.
I know who you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
Man
It was
got
the
up there, slapped him.
Yeah, it was the
like
same.
it was staged.
It was like, what the hell is this about? You
Okay.
know, and the comedian on stage said something about the guy's wife. The same thing. It was like, what is this? That's spooky. That's weird. What are y'all doing up there? And then, if you think about it a little further, you two niggas do that, and then y'all both flop on some bullshit after that. Chris Rock up there stuttering on his live
Netflix
next
special.
special that he did. He's stuttering. He don't know the jokes. He don't even look.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
You could tell he looked nervous. He don't.
Yeah, that's
It,
a big reason why a lot of comedians don't want you recording their act.
You should right. You
Yeah.
shouldn't. He shouldn't have did it live no damn
Yeah.
way. And then on as he's begging for America's
Sympathy, I guess.
sympathy and apologies, Will Smith goes and do a slave movie,
Right after winning an Academy Award.
and them
too.
shits flopped. And it's like,
Yeah.
what was y'all doing?
Well, that was gonna come out anyway.
Maybe
though.
this was old made up ass.
If it was, it did not.
It
was
didn't
not
go
successful.
well.
stunt.
It didn't go well. For real, man.
I mean, it's like
But you don't think he was wrong for that?
for slapping him.
Yeah.
No.
No?
I mean, think about it. Have you hit? I know people hit people for less. Is this because it's Will Smith?
Well, and we on TV.
Right.
And we in front of these white folks.
Yeah, I hate when people say that too, man. Who cares? Like, we don't have to act a certain way because white folks
Yeah,
around.
respectability
Ain't no
politics
inside,
coming in.
inside,
mean-
outside rules and shit like
I mean,
that.
we got these tuxes on for a reason, man.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It wasn't the right thing to do at all. And I mean, think about the background of that. First Oscars directed by, produced by a black person, and then
That does get overshadowed.
yeah,
saying.
it was supposed to be a good night.
all of that. That's what I'm saying.
And he won the Oscar the same night, this happened.
Like
so.
an hour
Yeah.
later,
and you knew you was gonna win it. You knew you was up for some shit.
You had the ceremony. That's
It
pretty
does
much
kind of
it.
feel staged at this point, though. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Once you think and put it all together,
that's very weird. All this stuff happening on this night.
On
Yeah,
that
we
night.
we watching us wrestling and TV.
Yeah, it sounded like
and ain't neither one of y'all did nothing since. Chris Rock all but disappeared, basically.
Well, they tried to bury Will.
Yeah,
So-
evidently.
Now they're still putting the dirt on him.
Yeah.
At this
And I
point.
read Will's book. Like, it's some eye-opening shit in there.
I heard it was a good
What
book.
he talking about?
Mainly like the early life stuff I didn't know about.
I know his dad was like abusive. and
Yeah,
stuff.
like that. Like he felt part of it, which made me think that's why he slapped dude because he always felt like because he was the oldest child, he
Yeah.
didn't really stand up for his mama and his siblings and shit.
Right.
And so he felt like, oh shit, I'm punk. I'm like, whatever. I just let this man walk over my mother.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
So I'm
I
like,
see.
Trauma, man, trauma.
maybe that's part of the reason he finally like I'm big enough so I can slap it.
You
I can
can't
slap shit out somebody. Talk shit
pick on
about
somebody your own size.
Yeah,
Will. But nah, I mean, listen,
Bad enough
man.
to say it.
yeah.
I guess, everybody going through something.
Yeah. Facts.
And if that was his moment to go over the top, then hey, that was his moment.
That was
He
my
lost his cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Lost his cool.
Comedians on stage, they watching their mouth now. I'll
unless
say
you're Dave
that.
Chappelle. But
Unless you Dave Chappelle, and unless
Or Bill Burr or something.
As long as the husband ain't out there sitting in the crowd with
yeah,
you.
you good. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
you made
Yeah,
some.
I do kind of feel like black celebs this year have been taking a lot of L's, though.
Yeah,
I mean, you got people getting slapped. You got comedians getting beat up on the streets of New York, and
oh yeah.
the black comedian from the Saturday Night Live. He was just walking down the
Michael
streets.
Che?
Yeah, and some
Yeah.
dude, he was like with a bottle of brass knuckles.
Yeah.
He got assaulted with some kind of weapon, man. Just for, I mean, it's like almost looked like a random attack, but I guess he had
Whatever you
something
say.
problem with him, or probably followed him on Twitter or some shit like that.
Michael
But,
Che do be talking spicy too.
yeah, he kind of does. Don't get me wrong, but he's a comedian.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously he felt comfortable enough to walk around in public without bodyguards or any kind of entourage. So he just being a normal person, and he got blindsided by some crazy person.
How y'all feeling about creatives nowadays and this whole content creating and influencer and
I'm so glad you brought that up.
it's wide open to do
Yeah.
anything
Yeah,
you
it's
want.
It's out
but,
there.
But it's funny how even when it's wide open and anybody can do anything they want, you still see the watered downness of it all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think
Y'all trying to get in that space?
I mean, if you look at my page, it says content creator. But at the same time, that you just need to put that on your any kind of social media, because that opens up the avenue where if you do get a bunch of followers, you can kind of like migrate that into like ad space and stuff like that. You can make this a few dollars. But what you were saying, I understand that. To me, I feel like the term content creator and then what people take with that now is, like we were talking about the gimmicky stuff and being watered down. I think people are going out of their way to be as silly or wild or loud or brash or anything they can do to get any kind of attention, because they know they got to keep people's attention. Because first of all, think of how we ingest the media now. It's it's short 30-second clips here or short video there, or like 10 minutes of this random clips. Here goes another one. Here goes another one. I don't like that. Thumbs up, thumbs down. So it's hard for people to be genuine and just being yourself and try to catch people's ideas or their attention without trying to fall into these potholes of being doing the same thing the other person is doing, or being rude or extra loud, or anything to just get people's attention for more than 5 seconds. Like, I feel like it's the avenues there, but for myself, I can't see myself going over the top just to be something outside of myself. It's a great avenue for people who are actually creative, actually content creators. But I think creativity is a big part of that, and authenticity.
Authenticity.
See, I went to. I didn't go to a private school.
We both went to middle.
I'm gonna get it though. Authenticity. There we go.
Yeah, but to piggyback on what you said, you probably even remember this.
Yeah, go ahead.
A lot of it is the two dogs fucking on the side of the road.
What?
Basically, you living your life or you scrolling, and you say, "Oh look, those two dogs are fucking on the side of the road. Isn't that interesting or isn't that weird?" And you move on, and then eventually, you do some other shit. They're still fucking on the side of the road. Until eventually, like, goddamn, them dogs are still fucking to the point that you just desensitized to it. And it doesn't matter anymore. And that's what a lot of this content is. Like, how many times can you really cook food in a bathtub? Or how many times can you show which body part this is without it just becoming diluted?
Oh, white people making nasty food.
Yeah, exactly. Which I think is really just a psyop.
But you know what I really hate now? Because also, you got to think about this new version of what I like to call C-list celebrity. You got people like you have somebody who used to be famous. Well, I'll just use an example. So you know the rapper, Blueface.
I knew exactly where you would go.
You know he was known for having one or two hits, like 5 years ago, right? But now he's more known for the drama he having with his baby mamas and stuff like that. And now it got to a point where I guess he had the one baby mama that he ended up not being with. They're off and on. And then she was famous for being the crazy chick on some other reality show. His reality show, I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah.
But now he's back with, I guess, his old baby mama. But now people are like picking sides between the new baby mama and the bad mama. Like one is good, one is bad. I'm like,
it's a whole show now.
Yeah, and then people are so like.
You conditioned to it.
No, they're subscribed to it, man. They are addicted to like what's going on with these people, and like it gets to a point where one, you are glorifying the worst behavior in people, so they're gonna keep on doing worse and worse stuff just to get your attention. And I mean, who else would love to behave badly and get a check for it? Like
And that's what I was going to ask. Like, well, what's next? Like, how far does this shit go?
How far can it go?
What are we doing? Like, what? These kids, it's a new, dangerous, stupid challenge every month or so.
How far the rabbit hole goes?
Where they breaking in cars,
like,
putting Gorilla Glue on their hair. I mean, like, how crazy are we getting? So, I don't know. I'm going to just sit back and watch.
I remember that.
I'm going to just sit back and watch these niggas and just see what I can stay out of the way of.
Shit, we need to do the opposite of that and not watch. Because the less we watch, the less the smaller they get. The problem is we are watching, and we're
but it's like you said,
rewarding stupidity.
Because like you said, it's 30-second bursts, it's instant gratification.
Man, right.
It really fucks with your brain chemistry when you think
about it. Kind of
does.
Man.
Yeah, I think.
None of us are the same person we were before we got on social media.
No, I don't.
I mean, not that you're a worse person or a better person.
You actually got to walk on eggshell being on social media.
Yeah.
You don't want to say something or do the wrong thing or have it's like having a bad day.
Yeah.
Why do we feel like we need to engage anyway?
Yeah. Why do we feel like we need to tell people how we feel?
Right. Like
all the time.
Like when Twitter came out, why do we feel like we needed that?
Whatever you say. Whatever you say.
You know what I'm saying? All of us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, like I say, I'm late. I won't take that bash because I'm late to all type of shit. I'm late. I was late to everything. I was like, nah, because I'm that guy. I'm skeptical. No, I ain't doing that shit. And then 2 years later, I got it.
Yeah, eventually you just kind of.
You know what I'm saying? You just
kind of buckle and do it. Yeah.
But I mean, what? Snapchat. Remember Vine at one time?
Yeah, that's Vine.
Remember Marco Polo?
Oh God, yeah.
Remember
Don't you do?
What was
MySpace?
it? MySpace.
That was the mainstream.
That's the OG right
OG.
there. I mean, just every time Thread is the new shit now.
Oh shit! I'll take it back. I go back even further.
Black Planet.
America Online.
AOL.
Yeah, Black Planet was the shit.
Black Planet pages.
I mean, the fact that we feel like we need that shit, like I say, the latest shit now is Thread.
Oh.
I haven't touched it.
I haven't even
looked at it.
But it looked like another Twitter to me.
Yeah.
And then it's a war over the name of X or Twitter. I don't know, shit getting crazy. You know what I'm saying? And in the meantime, it's like 4 or 5 wars going on. It seems like across the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the Ukraine,
That's
So-
still a
in the
thing.
Middle
Yeah.
East,
Middle East
And
was
we
always
just-
gonna be a
Holy
thing.
Wars.
And we just shipping money out by the boatload. So I don't know, it's a crazy time. So I think, obviously, this provides, something
Escape.
something for people to talk about.
Yeah.
Some
I
escape
mean,
shit.
if you think about it, we focusing on what Blueface Baby Mama done and all these wars are going on. Like, is it purposely
And
that
then I
getting
seen
us
his
to
mama.
think about other stuff?
Then I saw Blueface's mom on there. Now she talking shit.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people's moms trying to be social media stars now, man.
Like
It's crazy.
Keisha Cole's mama opened the door that we didn't realize.
Like, I mean, I want to. Okay,
Keisha
I
Cole's
want to do a hypothetical
OG.
now.
Yeah, she the OG of that. Yeah.
Because everybody in this room right now is a little older. Like everybody's in the 30s, right, or past it. But imagine being like, say, like in your 20s now, and like your mom or your dad are like, not that much older. You probably like in their early 30s, or but you're older. I mean, you're still kind of an adolescent, but now you jump on social media and you can like see your mom like making Instagram videos of her, clapping her cheeks and doing stuff like that. Could you imagine back in the 80s seeing your mom doing something like that on a social kind of thing?
Listen, I got.
You like thirst trapping and things like that. Or your dad, saying
If-
crazy stuff on the internet.
If you can get back, if you can pull up some old MySpace, I bet some folks out there that'll be
Man,
very disappointed in themselves.
right. I
Of
mean,
what they was doing on
we all did some
MySpace.
dumb shit on the internet. Don't get me
What the
wrong.
fuck was I thinking? Yeah.
Either you drank a little too much, or had a little buzz going, and you hit that record and went live and did some stupid. I get that, but that instant gratification or that attention, man. Attention is like a drug, man. It really is.
Yeah.
Man. It's an addiction, man. Like having just a little bit of focus on yourself from other people, it's addictive. Like people focus on you being the center of attention, man. It is a drug. Man. People will, screw over their own money just for that kind of thing. And that little sound, that little rush, I guess you would call it. I don't know how to describe it, basically.
Yeah, it's fucking up, fucking up our minds, fucking up our sports.
Fucking up our marriages, fucking up our relationships.
yeah.
Like,
Hey, look at these politicians. What's my man want to fight the other day? Mark Wayne Mullen
Oh my god.
and
and the Teamster dude.
and the Teamster guy, and who is it?
I still think they should have fought. And if
Who was-
Mark Wayne Mullen loses, he got to
Who,
give him a
who's
Senate
the old
seat.
man? Whose old man had to break it up?
Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders.
oh, Bernie Sanders had no business being
You are
between
a
anything
senator.
physical,
Sit down.
man. He'll
It's just like you are a senator.
you
Please
breathe on
stop.
him, he'll disintegrate, man. He's like 98 or something.
Yeah.
Golly. He's older than our president right
Yeah, sideline. Fuck Mark Wayne Mullen just on some GP shit.
now. Yeah.
Nah, man. Who looks crazy to the world? Florida or Oklahoma?
Florida,
Florida
man.
has, like, the
Florida,
lead,
man. They
so,
got the world championships, crazy shit.
They
And it's
got-
bigger too,
They
man.
got
So
the belt. They got the belt.
I mean,
Oklahoma ain't too far behind.
No, we're not far off.
what about Alabama, man? Alabama got some wild shit too, man.
I don't know. I mean, I'd imagine
that
that
Tommy
You put that
Tuberville
redneck stuff in there, boy. You're gonna see some crazy shit.
we right here up in it, man.
Oh man, but it's
this
a different twang when you got a body of water by you. Man. I don't know what it is. Like,
Yeah, something about that humidity.
that water and the humidity, like
We're
yeah.
more
Right.
dry heat, so we're
You right.
it
You
turns
right.
it turns our crazies into
At least
jerky.
they still give it up. At least they still give it up to the natives
Yeah,
symbolically
a little bit,
in
Yeah.
Oklahoma.
a
Right.
little bit.
A
We got
little
some wild
bit.
natives too, man.
But they don't want.
it goes down to
But they
reservations.
don't want to have that money though.
Nah, man. They
They are they finally about to legalize the sports betting here in Oklahoma?
I give it like what's this 20?
We'll be late to the party. It'll happen though.
I say about
Can we
2027.
Can we finally? I heard we can finally use the underdog though.
Really?
We can bet over and unders
Oh, okay.
in
That one I
Oklahoma.
wasn't sure. of.
But the the point spreads is what we still ain't got that.
Yeah, it's
Well,
not like
my-
gambling
my-
addiction is a problem in
My
Oklahoma.
opinion
or
is
Yeah, like
is
there's casinos everywhere.
anything. right.
what I'm thinking is they don't want these sports betting rooms to be up in these
And
casinos.
in the tribal casino, yeah.
No.
That's 5 times more money for the.
And they don't want
Natives.
these big, they don't want these companies to come up here
You know
too.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know,
that,
the-
that you mentioned it. Let's not forget they are building like a casino right off of fucking Eastern now.
Mm.
It's like right over there by the
Right.
First Nations Museum and shit.
But is it the natives? Is it a native casino?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's their money.
That's their money.
I mean,
right
ask-
down the
money.
street from Remington Park.
shoot. I mean,
They
ask
don't want
the
that.
natives, like, it's only a certain people these natives are actually getting paid. Right? Everybody else is still, living check to check like everybody
Yeah,
else.
exactly.
Well,
You
it's still totem pole. It's still money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The richer get richer.
Oh, of course.
Even though we're talking about natives and
The
casinos.
trickle down effect.
Yeah, the top whoever holding it down, they gonna make sure they holding it down.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And y'all down there at the bottom, hey, get it how you live. But don't worry, we'll keep the service ongoing for y'all. But all the kickbacks, they coming up.
They
too.
coming to us. Shit.
Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? That's just money.
Hey, why that ref look like a variant of Gucci Man? Yeah,
He
from different
does.
times.
Yeah.
He like if Gucci Man had his shit together and never started traveling.
Y'all not feeling the end season tournament?
I still think it's dumb, personally.
Yeah, I understand the reason for it.
It just,
Get these niggas some more money.
I mean,
Do
I
they
get
need
that
more money?
part, but it's just like, so this is the NBA is a league where apparently the regular season either doesn't matter or it matters a little too much. And giving them this in-season tournament shit, like, okay, so you're giving incentive to who exactly? Because it's too
Ad
early.
revenue.
Because
Players.
it's ad revenue, yeah. But it's
It's
too
ad
early
revenue.
to like do playoff season because like it's November. And like,
Yeah, I didn't know they was gonna do it like right away. at
I
the
thought it'd
beginning.
be close to the All-Star break or right after the All-Star.
You know what I'm saying? Like, or really, I don't know. Maybe you say, they say that the season doesn't get started till around Christmas.
Christmas anyway.
So
yeah.
do it around then. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But to go right into tournament mode first, 20 games, that
Yeah,
was
and
kind of
like
weird.
not every game is a tournament game.
And
Yeah,
think-
they only do it on the weekend.
And look at it this way. I think it
Something like
opens
that.
up more, more dangers of people getting injured going too hard. Like
Exactly, because now you
you
play
add
early.
the extra competitive,
tournament
element
game.
on it.
Yeah,
And I guess, like you said, people get you get a incentive for winning. People can go hard, and you're gonna find out because you still gotta save it for the end of the season, man. For like you said, for the end, like Christmas time, where the real season starts.
Yeah, like,
So now you're gonna have like a lot of people gonna pull, get hurt, and then it's gonna change the dynamic of the teams.
let one star player get hurt during this,
Yeah.
and then like it's
Well,
everybody else
Are you
moving
gonna
out.
rest your stars?
Bradley Beal he only played like 2 games.
2 games all year, and he out for another 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Steps out.
Yeah, Steph's out right now.
Draymond's out.
Which is to our
Draymond's
next-
out.
Who's out the league first, Draymond or Harden?
I think. Man,
You know what?
I think
I-
I would say Draymond because
The championships then kind of I'll probably save him a little longer. Harden is to the point where he's what 4th team in 4 years.
yeah, and Draymond's been on. Well, you're right. Draymond's been on the same
something
team.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, what, Clippers, Philly.
They'll keep him.
Brooklyn. Yeah, Houston. Yeah, 4 teams in like 5 years or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I mean, I like him as a player, but it's like it's clear that he's not the guy he was when he was MVP, and he still thinks he is.
Are you sure you like him as a player? Because besides the 3 ball, what is he bringing to the table?
I mean, he can set it up. I mean,
As a point guard, he has his
Yeah,
point guard capability.
He's up and down though.
yeah, but
he's
especially
not
at this point in
reliable.
his career,
he'll always be able to run the pick and roll.
yeah,
He'll always be able to get somebody the ball.
I think the nightlife is
yeah. Strip clubs have
Getting
ruined
him,
him.
man.
Yeah, obviously. That if we believe the rumors and that he never seen a change machine he ain't like.
yeah. He might be broke. He might be broke pretty soon if he keep up this lifestyle. Man.
Yeah, so I'm just like, part of me is like, is he gonna get the Allen Iverson treatment? Like, oh yeah, he's a legend, he's beloved. We forget that like he's personally pushed out the league.
Nah, who Iverson?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, because listen, these
And it was
guys.
and it was because of him not wanting to adapt.
Yeah, these guys, they, that
That hurt to
ego,
say.
that pride kind of getting away, and
Yeah.
they can't take a back seat. Iverson couldn't fathom coming off the bench.
No.
He was like, "What?"
And in fairness, like,
Well, you never
Right.
saw Kobe come off the bench either.
I mean, true, but
I mean, that was
Kobe maintained
deserved.
his peak longer.
Yeah. Iverson, he needed to come off the bench in that Detroit team.
I mean, respectfully, the last couple
Yeah.
of years, Kobe wasn't the same player.
That's after the injury. So
Yeah. I mean, the same thing with Iverson is after injuries. That's the
But-
reason why you slow down. You get worn
yeah,
out.
true. It was like
Well, Iverson was on his 3rd team, so I mean, Kobe
Yeah.
was at the
The same
home base,
team, yeah.
same team. They loved him. He was already a legend. If he was still in Philly, if Iverson was still in Philly, he probably would have maintained the starting spot. You know what I'm saying?
to that point, he's still box office. So yeah.
Yeah.
He putting,
But I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm thinking Draymond, because on top of him flipping out,
Again.
and choking Gobert, and trying to drag
I
him to
think
the
Gobert didn't deserve it.
kind of
just on
drag him
general
to the
principle.
locker room.
Yeah, but Gobert deserves it, just on general principle.
And that's what I told my partner. I said, y'all gotta understand, niggas just don't like Gobert.
Yeah, they
You know,
don't.
like for the really, like you know,
Keep
they
it,
just
keep
don't
it
like
buck. They
Gobert.
don't like that nigga. Yeah.
And Draymond saw an opportunity and he jumped on it. But I think Draymond, listen, you do this point forward shit with Golden State. I don't know if it's gonna fly everywhere else.
That is true too. Like
Because every other point guard they want the rock. Steph ain't really a point guard. He nice as hell. He's a sniper he's a small sniper too. You know what I'm saying? I've always wanted to know what it would look like if Steph always had to take care of point guard duties.
Didn't have Clay.
But he didn't. Nah,
Whatever you
Draymond's the
say.
point guard.
Draymond pretty much runs.
Draymond runs the point. They get the ball. Draymond get the rebound. Steph is out running off 16 picks, ready to snipe a three, or he'll bring it down and just pull up on you. I mean, he's nice, so he can be a point guard, but always, you know,
It's not natural though.
Yeah, those real responsibility of a point guard, game in, game out, possession in, possession out. Steph really doesn't have to. He never had to play like that.
Which is to his benefit because
Right.
The way
I
that
mean,
offense is structured.
the way he shoots, I mean, you want him to say, "Nah, don't worry about this." Especially if I got a 6'9" point guard over here. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, exactly.
You go run off some picks. We'll get you the ball.
Honestly, I just now realized Draymond is the point guard.
Yeah, see, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I thought he was a center.
Now there, I mean,
they play small ball.
on defense he is. You know, he is
yeah.
that he's a center. But I mean, now other teams, there may be a couple other teams that can make that work, and that he'll bend over for. Meaning he'll, you know,
Play that way.
acquiesce and play that way.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. If he don't get a hold of his temper, you know, and the Warriors continue to not be the Warriors anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, because he's beloved there.
Yeah.
But,
Anywhere else is gonna be a problem.
Yeah, anywhere else it's almost like the Shannon Sharp thing. If he on your team, you love him. He on the other, you across the sideline, you're like, I hate this fucking dude.
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, if Harden on the other side, if Harden still wants to stay with this "I am the system" shit,
Yeah, that was just a bad thing to say.
that was terrible. That was terrible to say. You know, so
Ego, man. Ego.
Ego's a motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
I am the system.
And think about it, and since we all live in OKC, remember all those years people thought Russell Westbrook was a selfish one.
Well,
I mean, he kind of is.
I mean,
mean,
play-wise, yes.
Yeah.
But as a person,
he is, and then Russ, recently said he'll come off the bench, no
Yeah.
problem. That's a big thing for him to do.
Yeah.
But you know they discussed that.
Listen, he knows James Harden better than we do.
Very true.
Better than the media does. So
Right. They got a relationship, yeah.
think Russ knew. He said, "All right, this nigga ain't gonna. He ain't gonna do it. He gonna throw a bitch if they ask him to come off the bench.
Yeah,
Let me come off the bench. I can go out and do my thing anyway.
yeah, because put
You know
him
what I'm
against a
saying?
bunch of tired starters and hope
Right.
that second dude.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
better
looking
than these
incredible,
niggas.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I look better by comparison.
Yeah.
But I'm glad
I'm
he
the one hot girl in the ugly clique. Like I look better by comparison.
right. But I'm glad he these past couple of years Westbrook got it right, got it together.
Hmm.
You know, it was slipping away for him.
Yeah, because for
For
a
a
while it
minute.
was like, damn, is Russ gonna be out the league?
Yeah.
Some guys I don't want to get TV jobs just quite yet.
No.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of my favorite players.
Oh yeah.
Even though I don't like, so quick to take the shot, he doesn't need to take the shot.
Yeah, that's
That gets on my damn nerves.
That's more of a mentality.
That's the
thing,
problem. I mean, you know, yeah.
Speaking of how Steph isn't a natural point guard, Russ didn't play point guard till he got to Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. You played a little bit of UCLA, but
Yeah,
it wasn't.
but then get Darren Collison pretty much ran it.
Yeah, it wasn't like that, but yeah.
Shout out to Darren Collison, by the way.
Yeah.
One time for DC.
Ha.
The Thunder looking good. They looking young, looking good.
They beat
Don't say.
I would say we can go stay with another players, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you like
But they
this.
kept a lead, so I was impressed by that.
Yeah.
What y'all feeling about these? Every team need a 7-footer going but shooting fadeaway threes.
No.
As women, y'all literally walks on screen. I mean, this looks like where the game is gonna go. But I mean, people like that, I hate to use this term, they're still gonna be unicorns. So
Whatever you
if you have
say.
an opportunity in one, you probably go.
It's a rare thing.
It's a rare thing still.
Yeah, I mean, you don't turn one down. No.
Yeah, because you can't teach height, so.
Now you get that. I mean, but when do we teach him to rim run? Say, hey man, just run that way.
From here to here, yeah.
Just go over there and just turn around.
Right, put it up there.
Ball. I guess it looks good. And see, that's what I'm saying. The powers that be, somebody wants him to play like that, right? Somebody. Now, obviously,
more exciting.
Obviously, he's been coached that way, and he wants to play like that. I get that, but somebody has not only instilled in him to do that, but wants him to continue. Somebody is purposely steering away from
traditional.
The easy, not even just traditional. This the easiest thing. Like, why? That's the easiest shit right now to do with him, with a 7'6" motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
But now he is slight. He's skinny, the motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They gonna bend his ass up a few times.
Yeah.
He's been bent up a few times.
Get back around.
But come on, Popovich, at least 5 times a game, just run that way and turn around.
Yeah, because watching the Spurs over your shoulder is like they don't really have an offensive structure.
That's not good ball.
They just got they just throw their 5 best guys out there. Like, all right, if it works, it works. And sometimes it looks exciting early in the year, but like when games matter, it's like, okay, roles gonna have to be defined. Like who's leading the charge here?
Yeah.
We know he the number 1 pick, but who gonna get him the ball?
Now we're gonna see.
Or if he's stuck, who else can get you a bucket?
We're gonna see.
Hey,
I
make it
don't
look bad in real time.
I don't know. This 7'3" crossover game, I don't know. If that's what the league is turning to, I'm gonna get off my lawn right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. Whatever you say, podcast. I got the Vicious and Delicious boys, Rob and Black Snow, right here live in the Whatever You Say studios. Y'all big fans of Umar? Umar was down here.
He was down here.
Like what?
So Umar Johnson?
Dr. Umar, Dr. Umar Jeremiah Johnson.
Month and a half, 2 months ago.
Man.
He's at the Urban League or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
No.
Y'all waiting on the school? I'm waiting on
I've been waiting on that school so long.
I was going to say, hopefully you didn't donate to the school
Like,
fund.
boy, they ain't put a doorknob on that building.
I remember he showed.
But Dr. Umar's face stay clean, though, don't
The
it?
donut, yeah.
I
Beg your pardon?
I saw a video. He was happy about his windows that he put on the building.
That was like 3 years ago.
Right.
I mean, I really don't know, but hey, man, small progress, man.
Yeah. Speaking of beefs in the black manosphere,
I do catch him. I do find him entertaining.
yeah, he's funny. Umar or Tariq? Who y'all got?
Tariq, which one? Which one's
Nasheed.
Tariq?
Tariq Nasheed. He does was it?
The ex-pimp?
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
Yeah.
right. He does. What's the video series he has? Beyond Blackness.
Hidden Colors.
Hidden Colors. Yeah, Hidden Colors video.
Are those all him?
Yeah, those are all him.
Yeah.
What we on? We on like what number 4, 5?
Last I remember was 4.
Man, people love those videos. Boy, they
That is
subscribe
the
so hard
that is
to
the Fast
those.
and Furious of the hotels.
I think Hidden Colors
I mean, there's some good info in there.
it kind of grabbed us at the 2000s.
Yeah.
Kind of the way the 5%ers grabbed the
Nice.
East Coast Caps up there in
Early 90s.
in the early 80s when the Renaissance and all that shit was hitting.
Yeah.
70s, 80s came around and Black Man is God and all that
Shout out to
shit
Clarence
came out.
13X.
No doubt. Shout out one time for Clarence 13, but
Call you son because you shine.
that kind of opened
Does he shine like one?
Yeah.
that kind of opened up a whole new way of thinking, a whole new perspective on shit. And I think this Hidden Colors shit is that version of that for this generation.
Yeah.
Right? Like a lot of stuff people didn't know. Now, some of the stuff I didn't know, most of it I did or I heard about.
Yeah.
But I think that's how it's kind of affected this generation of, maybe, I don't know, 18 to 30. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's a wide net too. So
Right. I think some of the stuff, for me, I think some of it, like in those videos, is kind of sensationalized a little
of
bit,
course,
yeah.
yeah.
With the buck breaking and then like the, and so, I mean, it's really
Do
hard.
you know though? I mean, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
Right. It's hard to say what is true. I mean, what is over exaggerated and what's not, because you got to think of the times, wasn't a written history of, slavery as far as the black people. It was just word of mouth, basically.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, stories, and maybe every now and then something was written down by somebody who had to hide it. But it's hard to say, well, it's like the slavery was so bad, I'm like, yeah, I can see that happening. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like,
right.
Yeah.
It was,
It's like the Mandingo fights in Django.
yeah.
It didn't, no documented proof of it, but you'd be like,
I can see a couple of rednecks
I can
making
see-
that
I can
happen,
see
you
a bunch
know,
of slave owners
Yeah.
doing some shit like this.
Yeah.
making a fight to the death, shit like that. Yeah. But,
Yeah.
so it's hard to say, you know, it sounds crazy, but, you know, I wouldn't put it past.
Exactly.
You know? When you're property and you're not a person in the eyes of the majority, you know, it's
What
easy
about
to,
my $500?
you know, you gotta, like, you know, you don't have to explain why this happened, or, you know, who cares? You're not a person. You're not a thing. You're a tool.
Whatever
You're
you
something
say.
for
Whatever
me
you
to
say.
use and then discard when you're
Yeah,
no longer
like
useful.
your
Kind of
value
thing.
out of it.
Yeah. So it's hard.
I think since the pandemic, we've been getting the I call it the Great Reset, because everything has changed and everything's different.
Yeah.
You know, and if we look at things differently. Everybody want to stay home and, you know, work from home and all that.
Yeah.
stuff.
Stay outside. I mean, stay inside. I should
Stay
say.
inside,
Yeah.
and we was wearing masks, and they trying to get us to wear them again, and
Remember when the,
you know,
remember
everything
when
is
the planet cooled down?
everything changed, man. So, I think, you know, once we start get into that new space, and then you add stuff like hidden colors and all this new information, and then white folks start feeling some type of way, right? Because they start getting put on blast everywhere.
Yeah.
Critical
then-
race theory.
And
Truth
then,
comes up.
Yeah.
and then the term
uncomfortable
Karen becomes a real thing. And then, like, looking now, man, look at these movies that are out right now. You got Napoleon, you got that Oppenheimer,
Oh yeah.
and what was it, the Killing of the Flower Moon.
Killers of the Flower Moon. Yeah.
Hey man, white folks, the secrets are being exposed.
Mm.
Like, like on really massive scales right now, and like those are the only movies out. That and some, you know, pick whatever Marvel movie you want
Right. The new
you
Marvel
want to put out right now.
movie
Yeah,
of the
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You got these
The
big, you know, sagas of terrible American history of white folks or Marvel. Those
It's option.
those are a form of those
It's
are two
entertainment
forms.
right
of
now.
Or whatever the
entertainment
next
right now.
Fast and Furious movie comes
Yeah,
out.
whatever Fast and Furious, whatever the Rock,
Whatever Tom Cruise is doing.
whatever the
Oh,
Rock
yeah,
decide
yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the new Rock movie.
But nah, I think, and I just, you know, it makes us you know, sit in an awkward, kind of weird time right now.
You gotta sit in our truth.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Sit in our truth, and then trying to get that transition of, you know, one thing about black folks, you know, you hear a lot of talk about mental health and,
Yeah.
you know, physical health.
Yeah.
I'm not with it, but, you know, motherfuckers want to go vegan and you go to yoga class and, you know, all that, you know, that's, and I guess,
Andre 3000 put out the album for you.
and that, right, and I
Flute-
guess that's good,
flute music.
you know, so yeah, get the flute
Pan
track
flute.
in the background and get it cracking, so, and you know what's funny?
Ah man.
Knowing Andre, I don't know him, but just knowing he's an eclectic, different type guy, right?
Yeah.
You think he did that for our chakras?
Maybe.
Maybe
Speaking of hidden colors,
get us a line, man. Maybe.
right? Did he? I mean, because trap music got us in a trance right now, right?
Yeah, it does.
Huh.
You
That-
think you
That is a good. That is
you think that light kind of elevator music kind of, you know, if you go to sleep to that shit for a month,
Yeah,
you might be,
change the way you're thinking.
you might be a different, you might be a different guy,
Yeah, like-
different girl.
Switch your alignment
Grand
up.
Rapids,
Switch your
Grand
alignment
Rapids, my
up.
fellow king.
Yeah. I'm just saying, you know, I don't know. I've been hearing all this talk about how the bass affects our thinking and our movements and our behavior.
You're not gonna get all chingy on Vlad on us, are you? Pineal gland has me.
Pineal gland.
Yeah, nah, I mean,
Right there.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It just, you know, it was weird, but you know, Andre 3000 drops the Flute album, and Snoop and Draymond go crazy. You know, so you know, look how it affects people, man.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe Snoop trying to get his chakras aligned. Had to put
Maybe,
had to put the blunts there.
He gonna be like what's he gonna be next? Like
It'll cleanse his soul.
he gonna be like a Buddhist. He gonna be what? Snoop Buddha or some shit.
Yeah.
I mean, he done lived every life, ain't
Yeah, that's, like I was telling him a couple weeks ago, like, you know how when you're a kid and you're like, oh, what do you want to be when you grow up? And there's that one kid that like puts everything.
Man.
He grew up to be Snoop Dogg.
Right.
I want to be a rapper.
Speaking of the vegan
he?
thing,
Gospel rapper,
Yeah, I'm gonna be a reggae singer. And
country rapper, yeah, reggae rapper.
oh, they
hang out
got
with Martha Stewart for some odd reason.
You done did it all, man.
Sketcher shoes.
Oh yeah, what was you saying though?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say. Speaking of you were saying the vegan thing. You ever notice? This might be kind of a segue though. But you ever notice why? What's up with black people? Why do we feel like whatever we find that is new to us?
Some witchcraft.
No. I mean, not even that. Like, okay, well, I just let's use this as an example. I just picked up going to the gym.
Right.
So now, I'm doing this, or I just became a vegan, or anything. Okay, great, good for you. But the next thing they usually start doing is start pushing that on everybody
You
else.
say,
Why do we do that?
I think that's just the nature of.
I don't know if that's an exclusively black thing, but since we're all black,
But
Yeah,
it's always
experience.
with us, it's always like a guilt trip attached to it.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Put that swine down, brother.
it's a little it's
Drop
a
that
little,
pork chop.
it's a little bit of braggy that black folks do. We gotta let each other know that we
Yeah.
on some new shit. We on some different shit. We on some shit you don't know about.
Yeah,
You know what
kind
I'm
of.
saying? Don't worry about it. But
shit ain't that big.
You need to open your mind, brother.
and then I think on the other side,
open your third eye.
some people who do that may really have good intention. They
Sure.
really trying to get
Yeah,
some folks to get
Improve
right.
their life.
You know what I'm saying?
they
But
get overshadowed by the judgy people. Though.
There's a little arrogance to that, though.
a little bit,
You know what I mean?
a little bit,
A little bit.
a little bit. But you know, like people like going to Starbucks and shit like that.
It's coffee, like it's coffee. Like you get.
Calm down. It's
Stop
coffee.
putting that poison in your body, man. That red dye is killing you. I make my own pickles. You can grow that in your garden, brother.
Say that, brother. What kind of sandwich that right there, brother?
Put that swine down, brother. You know what that pink sodium does to your body?
Y'all heard niggas say we can't even like eat broccoli and shit like that.
Because it's not it's a
Brocoli's not-
man-made
brocoli's
vegetable.
man-made.
Oh man, don't get me wrong. Don't get me started on the Dr. CB guys, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand a healthy life and eating a certain way. It's uber healthy, but it's not going to protect you from this. Come on, man.
It ain't gonna be
He's
no
over-
cure-all.
It's not going to stop, certain things to happen, man.
So y'all don't think Dr. Sebi was over there really curing?
No,
No?
I think
I mean, I would need more documented proof.
I think living a
RP
healthy
the dip
life.
and everything, but like
Yeah.
just because you said it don't mean it's true.
Right. I believe eating, a balanced diet and stuff is beneficial to the body. But at the same time, you could eat, leave all processed meat and not eat this or never eat so-called man-made vegetables or GMO and things like that. And you still get cancer because cancer is a natural thing in the body. I don't care what anybody says. And also, you can be a person that eats whatever and have no diet at all and live to be 81.
Yeah, live
You know,
forever. Think about it. There's somebody.
it's
there's some old man right now that lives
it's
exclusively off
health is a
bacon.
mindset too, and in the same way, we're all hurting and aching in some kind of way. Nobody is completely healthy. I don't care what you eat.
Yeah, I
You're
don't,
dealing with something.
I don't know what's in Dr. Sebi's cabinet.
Right.
Oh,
Marijuana
just like obviously.
and beer.
Obviously. I think, but just like we were saying
Well,
about,
it was.
just like we were saying about with Puffy,
Yeah.
and hey man, I hear the rumor long enough. We've been hearing it. It had to be true, right?
Yeah.
Some part of it, yeah.
Motherfuckers been vouching for Dr. Sebi for years.
Stranger
So
fiction.
it's like, I don't know. Is it true? I don't know. I know the court case, all that shit is documented. You
Yeah,
go
that
look
I know
up.
about, yeah.
And goddamn, you beat the government,
Yeah.
really, on some agricultural like health type shit. That's pretty amazing.
You're a hero for that part.
Right. I mean, that's pretty amazing. So obviously he was on to something.
I mean, you can win a court case on a technicality too.
Yeah, it's true.
And I guess, but if he was wrong, I believe they would have took every advantage to let us know. They wouldn't have let him win. You know what I'm saying?
And also, one person can't beat the drug administration system we have in America.
The depth of the clause
Right.
that the FDA have in society.
It's way too powerful. One man, no matter what his benefits is, they're like, okay, well, hey, take aspirin. It's not going to stop anything. And I'm not trying to downgrade Dr. Sebi and his work. I believe he did that in earnest, what his practice was. But I'm just, I'm more of a realist in the fact that, your body, my body and Big Rob's body is not the same. We might be both humans, but something I can take will affect him different and vice versa. It's hard to lock down somebody's chemistry just off of, this, that, and other thing. Because what works for you might not work for me.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what his
right.
What his study strategy and how he went about it or whatever. But I don't know. It's pretty interesting, no doubt.
Yeah.
And word is, I saw, is Nick Cannon supposed to be doing a documentary?
He's supposed to be working on it for a while. Yeah.
Started. Yeah.
I believe he has started it.
We'll see, man. Nick Cannon got a lot of money.
Yeah, I like kids too.
A lot of kids, so he needs all the work he can
He
get.
needs to stay busy.
Buy the DVD when it comes out. Support that man.
Nah, we'll
He's
see.
birthing his own little nation, man. Shout out to Nick Cannon.
the Cannon bill, no doubt.
Man.
Let me see where we at, fellas. What else I got?
Man, I just want to thank you for having us on the show,
Yeah.
man. It's great to be on the other side of an interview. Yeah, on the other side of the table, man. We used to just us talking or interviewing somebody else.
Get y'all a real interview one day.
Man.
A real straight, hard-hitting question.
Oh, so yeah, we got now since we've been on your show, you got to come on
come
ours.
through, yeah.
So,
No doubt.
we got to reciprocate.
Where y'all do it at?
Same, almost kind of same setup we do at the house, my house,
What's up, world? This is Ivory Towns of the Whatever You Say podcast. And first of all, let me thank you for whatever time you spent listening to, downloading, or sharing the podcast. Please continue to do so. And second of all, I got a deal for you. But do me a favor, roll down that window. Open the door, step outside. You feel that? That's called the Hawk. And it's coming. And for everybody in the Oklahoma City area, we don't get snow anymore. We get wind, ice, and power outages. So it's a perfect time to update that heating unit. And my peoples at Covington Heat and Air, perfect candidates. Over 20 years of knowledge and service, and they cutting deals. And all you got to do is call 405-568-9463. Just call Covington Heat and Air and let them know you heard them on the Whatever You Say podcast. And just like that, 10% off your update order. Until next time, people, remember to download and subscribe and turn those notifications on. You call it the Whatever You Say podcast. Y'all be good.
Whatever you say. Whatever you say. Whatever you say.
The extreme heat is behind us. We finally made it to fall, and it'll be cold before you know it. So get your unit serviced now. Covington Heat and Air is the perfect company to handle it. They currently have a fall tune-up special for just $90. And with over 20 years of experience, you know it's a company you can trust. They specialize in maintenance, troubleshooting, and installs for residential and light commercial businesses. And they're open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to midnight, but they're available by phone 24 hours a day. Call 405-568-9463. That's 568-9463. Covington Heat and Air, they would like to thank you for your business and support. So call today. Licensed, insured, and bonded. Covington Heat and Air, where we care.
Whatever you say. Whatever you say. Whatever you say. Whatever you say. Whatever you say.